Hi guys, I hope you can hear me and see me. If you can, let me know in the chat so I know I'm not talking to myself. That would be awesome. You can see me and hear me, Stephanie? Awesome, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so guys, yes, it's already time. My name is Yamile Yemoonyah. That's how you pronounce my name. It's usually the first question people ask me when interviewing me. And you can find me at spiritguides.co. I'm a spirit guide medium, which means I can see other people's spirit guides around them. And when I say see, I mean I feel them, I hear them, I see them. It's not that I physically see them around you. But that's a different question, and I've answered that in our master course that's running right now. If you're interested in questions like how things work or how you can connect, then come on over to the Facebook group. That's spiritguideschool.com. That will redirect you to the group. So spiritguideschool.com, and you can ask any kinds of questions there. And I will be happy to answer them. And other people can answer them too. So you can see like the different ways that people work with their spirit guides. It's much more fun to see the answers of a lot of people and not just. So again, I'm a spirit guide medium. I can sense people's spirit guides around them, and I can give them messages from their spirit guides. That's what we're doing here. You can also book a one-on-one reading with me, like a private one, which goes into much more depth, and usually it's more like 2 or 3 guides coming through. And you can do so by clicking on the link below. It's like this little green box that you can click. It says book a reading, and you can find all the information about the readings there. Also, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, come on over to Crowdcast. There's a link in the description, either below or above, depending on where you're watching. Come on over, because only if you're here with us, I can give you a reading, not if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, because it's like too much to monitor. So come on over. If you have any tech issues, reload the page. That usually solves the problem. All right, so before you can get started, there are a few things that you need to know. And first of all, where are you guys from? I'm always curious to see, especially like how many continents we have this time. I know that Hiro's from Japan. Hiro is my unofficial assistant. He typed like all the instructions above. Thank you, Hiro, for your attendance and helping. Let's see, we have Stephanie from Northern Carolina, so that's the US. Hi, Stephanie. We have Eliza, I'm not sure, from El Paso. That's also the US. We have someone from Scotland. Woohoo! I love Scotland. It's awesome. It's so beautiful. We have someone from Vancouver Island in Canada. Then we have someone from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. I have never heard of that place, but it sounds really serene and awesome. Then someone from Ontario in Canada. Let me see, who is that? Oh, Tammy from Ontario. Then we have Kiki from New York. Awesome. And we have Shweta from India. Yay, that's continent number 3. And Jean-Paul from Scotland as well. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you had the time to come and join us. And I hope you're going to have fun. So here's a few things that you need to know before we can get started. First of all, there's lots and lots of different definitions of spirit guides out there. Just look at, again, like at our Facebook group, everyone there has their own definition. And so I have my own definition, and I want to state that definition so we know what we're talking about here. So for me, any kind of being that comes from the higher realms and that is connected to us in unconditional love and wants to help us on our spiritual path or in day-to-day life is a spirit guide. So that includes angels. It includes ancestors. So either like family members that you actually knew or family members from further back that you didn't know. It includes nature beings like fairies, elves, gnomes, etc. It includes star beings, otherwise known as aliens. But when I say aliens, people immediately think about like scary Hollywood movies, and I don't want you to think about that. So I shouldn't have mentioned it, obviously, but so I call them star beings. Then we also have ascended masters, which are beings that used to be human and lived on Earth many lifetimes, but now left the reincarnation cycle and went on to go somewhere else, and they help us from there. Then we have gods and goddesses from all cultures around the world, and we have power animals, otherwise known as totem animals or spirit animals. So any of these can come through for you today when I do the mini reading for you. Then secondly, they show themselves in a way that makes sense to us as human beings. So they don't really have like black hair, brown eyes, and wear glasses, because they are not in 3D. They are not in our physical reality. They're more like an energy frequency. That doesn't mean that they're not real. They're still intelligent, and they still have like feelings and all that. But it's more like an energy that we can feel. Just like, for example, you can feel when there's like really loud music and you can feel the bass like physically. It's a little bit like that. But because they know we are human beings and we have a little bit of a limited mind, they like to show us themselves in a physical form. So when I do the mini reading for you, I will see them clairvoyantly. That means like in my third eye, not outside of me, in my third eye. And I will see them and I will describe them to you the way they look. By the way, most psychics and most mediums see clairvoyantly, like with their third eye inside their own mind, not outside. Yeah, that was what you needed to know. Also, the same goes for names. So they don't actually have names. They might have had a name if they ever lived on Earth. But again, it's like the energy frequency, and they recognize each other by that energy frequency. And you can do too if you train yourself to do so. But sometimes they will give me a name for you, so it's easier for you. It's easier for you to relate to them. It's easier for you to like talk to them. But they don't always give me a name. So if you don't get a name, don't be disappointed. It doesn't mean that they are not around you. It doesn't mean that they're not real. It doesn't mean that they don't want to help you or guide you. It just means that they have their own reasons for giving us a name or not. Sometimes they want you to work on your sensitivity and feel them more than that you would need a name. So they basically want you to sit down, meditate, and develop your sensitivity so you can feel their vibration, because that's much realer than a name if you can actually feel them come close to you. So if that's like one of their goals for you, then they're not going to give you a name. And there's 100 other reasons why they might not give you a name. So again, don't be disappointed. But sometimes they will give you a name to make it easy. Then also, even if you know one of your guides already, it might be a different one coming through, because if you know one already, if you know them already, you don't need me to like be a translator. You can just talk to them. And yeah, you can talk to them like out loud. You can talk to them in your mind. It doesn't matter. They will hear you. Again, they're not physical beings. They can they can have access to your thoughts if you allow them. But sometimes the guide that will come through, that I will give you the message from, is someone you already know, because they might want to give you some extra confirmation. So you never know. Then, and this is the most important part, so listen up. You will get the messages that you need to hear, not necessarily the ones that you want to hear. So you might have questions about your love life, your health, your finances, like the usual questions that all us human beings have. And these are all valid questions, but your spirit guides know what you really need. So if you are wondering if you're going to get back with your ex-boyfriend, that's maybe not so important to them, because they know this is not the person you're going to spend your life with. It's really just you not being able to let go. And so they won't even talk about your ex-boyfriend. They might talk about you opening your heart chakra so you are ready when the right person actually comes into your life. So you might be disappointed because they're not talking about your ex-boyfriend, because they're talking about your heart chakra, and you're like, oh, I didn't care about that. But that's what I just said. Like they might want you to work on your heart chakra because at some point the right person might come into your life. So listen to what they have to say. It's really important. Don't be disappointed, and figure out like there, or you will figure out with time, if not right now, that there is a connection between what they are saying and your goals and desires. You might not see it right away, but there is always a connection. All right, so then there's one more thing, how I work. So I close my eyes and I will take about 30 seconds to tune in for every person. And usually my head goes a little bit to the left because to me it feels like the information is coming from here. So I'm kind of listening. And sometimes I will open my eyes, but usually I will keep them closed because it's easier for me to concentrate and not be distracted by your facial expressions. For example, if I say something and you go like, I don't think so, that like then my ego comes in and it makes it hard for me. So I keep my eyes closed most of the time. I will also sometimes ask you, do you understand this? Does this make sense to you? And then you can just reply with yes or no, or maybe, or I'm not sure. Don't give me the whole story because again, that distracts me, or it distracts my ego. I don't want to know like everything because then it's harder for me to get the information. It's fine if you want to say a sentence, but like don't give me a whole story. You can do that after the reading if you feel inclined to do so. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'll tell you how it works. I know Hira already posted it, but just so everyone understands, there's an ask a question section down here. It's not the chat, it's something else. It's called ask a question. Open that section and type in newbie, nothing else. No questions, no names, no nothing, just newbie. And then I will randomly select people. And I trust Spirit to pick the right people. So I will randomly pick some people, invite you on screen, and you'll get a little invite. You will see that. You just have to say yes, and then you'll be on screen with me. And I will do a mini reading for you, which will take a few minutes, and then I'll go on and do a mini reading for someone else. You're obviously not forced to come on screen. If you don't want a reading, you can just watch. If you want a reading, you'll have to come on screen though, because that makes it easier and everyone can see like if you agree with what I say or if I don't agree. That's why I like to be people on screen. All right, while you do that, I'm going to close my eyes, and when you're ready, please also close your eyes and we'll do a quick breathing exercise and an opening prayer before we can get started. So just get comfy. Wiggle around a little bit, stretch yourself, whatever is needed to get comfy. And then take a really deep breath in through your nose. And then out through your mouth. Relax your shoulders. And one more time, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Relax your face, your jaw, your eyes. And one last time, breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Let go of any worries or negative thoughts. Don't think about the laundry. Just be here right now with yourself and with us. And take this time just for yourself and your own well-being and the connection with your spirit guides. I'm going to call on my spirit guides to come and join us in this space and to help me connect with your spirit guides. I specifically call on Archangel Michael and Brother Jaguar to protect this space, so only beings from the higher realms and only beings who are connected to us in unconditional love can come through. I also call on your spirit guides to come and join us and use me as a medium and channel to give you the messages that you need to hear today. And so it is. Thank you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes again. And I want to say one thing. There is absolutely no guarantee that you're going to get a reading. So no one is entitled to a reading. Again, I do this randomly. I trust that Spirit will pick the people that need a reading today. And if you don't get a reading, you're welcome to come back next time. That's totally fine. All right, so I'm going to look at the Ask a Question section and see who's here. And if I have time after, I might answer the questions, but I usually do Q&A sessions from time to time, and you can come there and ask these kinds of questions, or like I said, in the Facebook group. So you can go to spiritguideschool.com. That redirects to the Facebook group, and you can ask any questions you want there. All right, let's go with Stephanie. I'll invite you on screen. And I'm going to invite 2 or 3 people at the same time so I can like do all of you in a row. We'll go with Anne. And we'll go with Tammy. All right. And we have someone here also. Let's see. I have to close. Hi, Stephanie.
Good, Yamile.
How are you today?
Good. I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's all just fun. Well, it is serious, but still fun. All right. So we have someone else. Let me mute you, Anne, and you'll be next. All right. So I'm going to close my eyes and I'll tune in for about 30 seconds, and then I'll just tell you what I see. All right, I don't even see your guide yet, Stephanie, but I'm already getting a word, and it's irreverent. Would that describe you in any sense? Does that make sense to you?
That's pretty accurate, yes.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm seeing is actually a nature spirit. And it's a funny one. That's why I already had to laugh. He doesn't show himself very clearly yet. I know I know it's a male, definitely. I know he's about like this high. I don't know if you can see that, like this. Maybe like a foot, a little bit more. He's wearing black and white striped socks. That's what he's showing me. He looks a little bit like, what are they called? I always know what they're called. They're known in Ireland. They're all dressed in green. They are kind of irreverent. They're a little bit of a trickster. Sorry?
A leprechaun?
Yes, a little bit like a leprechaun. So he's a funny one, definitely. Let's see. He is funny. He's like holding like a flask, and he's like having a drink. And like the first thing he says is like, don't take everything so seriously. Have more fun. See things more like from a fun perspective, because he says you're someone, you learn better and you have better results if you have fun doing it. If you like, don't take things so super seriously. If you do something new, look at it as kind of like an experiment or like a game. Don't get stuck on the results. And he says, lately you've been too serious with things. Would you understand that?
Absolutely, yeah.
So he says, like, take a step back, whatever it is that you're too serious about, take a step back and have more fun. He says he's coming through as like a funny guy because he wants you to have to see things more in a fun light. Doesn't mean that he's serious about helping you. He is very much so. He's also saying that be out in nature more. Go for walks. He says for you, walking is good because it like helps you clear your mind. Do you know that about yourself?
I do.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so go for walks. Yeah, if possible in nature, where there's trees and like flowers and all that, because it helps you clear your mind. And he wants you to really basically make a list of all the things that like are fun to you. And I've gotten this advice for people before in the sense like think back to your childhood. What was it that you really liked doing? Like the things that make you laugh, that make you laugh out loud. Make a list of these things. And whenever you have time for yourself, go and do one of these things. Because the more you bring this fun element into your life, the more things will start flowing in the direction that you actually want to go. But if you're like too serious and too like, I want to get this done, I want this the way I want it to go, it's going to be harder for you because then you feel stuck and you feel like, oh, I don't know where to go. So keeping things like easy and flowing and yeah, fun is very beneficial for you. Okay, let me see if he has a name. He says his name is Tim. And he's talking about Ireland. Like I said, I said he looks like a leprechaun from Ireland, but he's talking about Ireland. Do you have a connection to Ireland? Is your family from there, or are you planning to visit or something like this?
I don't have any family there, but actually, as luck would have it, my next trip, if I ever get to take it, was going to be Ireland and Scotland. We're going to drive a car and rent a car and drive around.
Okay, awesome. Okay, let me see it, if he has anything to say about that. He says there's going to be at least one place, and this is like kind of like an historic place. Okay, he says it's an historic place, but I'm not sure that it's like actually like a touristy place in the sense that there's like a sign that says this is what happened here or something. But it could be that there's actually nothing but nature, but there was something in the past. So I'm not sure if you can actually see that there was something in the past or not, but there is like one spot at least that you will feel a certain connection to nature and to the country, to the land. I don't want to say the country. I don't mean like the island with government and stuff, but I mean like the land. Yeah, there's this place where you feel like this connection to the land, and that will connect you to the spiritual world in some sense. It might be very like if I hadn't mentioned this to you, you might have not even have noticed because it might be very subtle, but pay attention to this, that you suddenly feel like, oh, I feel like some kind of connection, like something is happening here. If you feel that, like sit down and just do a little meditation, 5-10 minutes, whatever works for you, and see what comes through. Because there's some information for you. Don't be too serious about it. See it as fun, but it might be that it's just going to be downloaded into your aura and you might understand it later, but there is something for you that will come to you, some kind of information that's important for your future. Okay, and he says like if you want to connect to him, make some kind of like alcohol offer. So get a little bit of whatever whiskey or rum and pour it on the earth somewhere outside, and that will call him in. And so then you can ask him for help, because like all like spirits that are connected to nature, this one is great for like helping you manifest things that you want in your life, like practical things. Could be, I don't know, for your work, it could be at home something. As long as it's for the highest good of all, including yours, he's happy to help. And I always use like this example. If you want like a Jaguar and it's just like for your own fun, he might not help, but he might. But it's more like he wants to help you with your purpose and help you with like manifesting the things that you need to help others. Yeah, and I think that's it for now. All right, I hope this helps you and supports you, and it was fun for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. All right, now we're gonna go to Anne. I'll unmute you. Hi, Anne. How are you today?
Okay.
Awesome. It's hard to hear you, but
Okay, is that better?
let's see. Yeah, it's a little echoey, but it's okay. We can make it work. You don't have to talk much. I'm the one who has to talk, so it's fine.
Okay.
All right, let's see. All right, and you have healing abilities, and your guide is a lady. She knows you from a past life. She's a healer as well. You worked together in that past life. And I'm trying to get a name. I think it's something about Hedwig. So it's a like older European name. That's Hedwig. The same as like the owl in Harry Potter. This was a past life in Europe somewhere. I would say somewhere around Germany, Austria, the German-speaking countries. Yeah, you were definitely a healer. This was before the witch hunts, not during the witch hunts, the one I see. And you got to travel quite a bit in that time, even though that wasn't like a normal thing to do back then, but somehow you did get to travel. And I see you traveling with a bunch of men. I think they were... I'm not sure. They worked for someone like a king or a lord or someone higher up, and they were kind of like a team that would like carry out specific tasks for this person, and you would travel with them from time to time as a healer. Do you know about this past life, or does it like feel like it makes sense to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So this lady, says she was your mother in a past life. She says she was the one who taught you a lot about like plants and herbs, working with plants, talking to trees, seeing nature as alive. She taught you how to survive in nature by yourself. Okay, that's why you were picked to travel with these men, because you knew how to like survive. You weren't like one of the women that needed like all the comforts, and you were fine like being on a horse all day. You were fine sleeping in nature. You always did that even when you were a little child. So that's why you were picked, and also because you were a really good healer. So you still have these healing abilities. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it really comes from. And your spirit guide, your mother back then, was the one who taught you like these healing abilities. So in this lifetime, when you started being interested in healing, you probably it didn't feel like it was new to you. It's more like remembering. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why, because you already learned these things in a past life. This lifetime was in 1300 something. That's what she's telling me. And she's telling me that she's still around you, specifically when it comes to two things. One, your healing abilities, to like use them and to develop them. And secondly, when you feel lonely, or like when you, yeah, mostly when you feel lonely. So then she will be around to help you. So know that when you ever feel lonely, or you have no one to talk to or anything like this, you can talk to her. Again, you can talk out loud or just in your mind. That doesn't matter. What she does is like so one of her tasks with you is to make you feel like loved and feel relaxed and feel comfortable. So what she does sometimes is like she will come when you go to bed and kind of like tuck you in, not physically, but like in a spiritual way. So if you go to bed and you feel like suddenly really content and like you feel this wave of love, that's her. That's how you know she's around. Have you ever felt that before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then you know this is her. She says she wants you to go out more and be with people more. She says you're a little bit too reclusive. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
So she says to fulfill your purpose, you need to go out a little bit more out of your comfort zone. She says, yes, that's hard for you at this point, but and you don't have to like interact with people that you don't like. That's not the point, but find people that you can like be on the same energy level with, and make some new friends, because like this will help you with your purpose. It will help you develop like the things that you need to develop, and it will help you take the next steps. And that's something that you are looking for. Is that correct? Like the next step to take?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she says your next step, get more out of like your comfort zone, and then things will start falling into place. And also, yeah, try to remember the things that, like all your healing abilities. Do some like past life meditations, because that will bring some things back as well. And there's one past hurt in the past that she wants you to let go of as much as possible. Would you understand that?
No, not sure.
Okay. Let me see if I can get more about that. Okay, so she's saying there's one person in your life. I'm not sure if this person is still around, but there's like someone that hurt you in the past, and there's still some like resentment around that. Does that make it clear for you?
Not sure.
Okay, let me see if there's something more. If not, I will have to like let you think about that. But she's very much about like, yes, there's this one past hurt that you need to let go of a little bit. So, but let me see if she wants to say more. It's something to do with feeling betrayed. So think about that, and I hope that this has helped you and given you something to think about. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, I'm trying to. Yes. Okay. All right. So who do we have here?
I'm so excited.
Hi, Tammy.
Tammy. Happy Saturday.
How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Great. Great to have you here. So let me see. Let me tune in. All right, Tammy. Strong energy. I can't see anything yet, but I can feel your guide around me. All right, for you, it's an angel coming through today. It's a female angel. All right, she wants to talk about work because mostly the angels have a sign for me when they want to talk about work. Then they like kind of show themselves in a business suit, usually white, but because it's an angel, so they wear white business suits. So by now I know, okay, it's about work. Let me see what help. Okay, she keeps switching like the way she looks. So I'm not sure about the hair color right now, but I do know that she has like one purple streak in her hair. So she's not very traditional in that sense. She's also wearing like high heels, white ones, of course. And she has like these huge white wings. So that's the only traditional thing about her. Let's see what she has to say about work. She's talking about ambition. She says you are quite ambitious, but you might not actually know that about yourself, or it's not like, wait, let me. Okay, so yeah, she says you're quite ambitious, but either you actually don't know it about yourself, or you're trying to hide it. Would that make sense to you?
That does make sense to me.
Okay, awesome. She says she wants you to let your ambitious part out. Like she wants you to live your ambition. She wants you to like get clear on your goals, especially when it comes to work. She wants you to like get clear on where you want to go. She wants you to not like, and when she says get clear on your goals, she means like your dreams, not like what's like in your mind possible, or what you think is like doable, or what's like, don't keep down to earth, but like dream big. And she wants you to, and you have that dream already, and she wants you to like accept that dream and write it down and make a plan how to achieve it. And she says you can do it because you are ambitious. Would you understand what she's talking about?
Everything.
Okay, awesome. So
thank you.
She wants you to, she says, yes, there are some things that you will have to learn that might scare you, but go for it. You have the support because this is not just for you. You're not selfish. And she says, sometimes you think you're selfish when you want to pursue your dreams. You're not selfish. This has to do with your purpose, with why you are here. And she says this will also help other people. And that's the important part. So in that sense, she's funny. She says, let your freak flag fly and be like the ambitious person that you are. Don't hide. It's totally fine. Be the leader. Do your thing. Follow your dreams. And she will be there to help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's really all she has to say.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So go for it.
Thank you.
Now I'm really
sorry.
What's that?
I'm working on becoming a private therapist. I'm just about to have my master's degree in social work.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm 51.
Yes. Okay, awesome. Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. That was great. I had no idea who my spirit guide was.
Oh, well, now you know. I didn't ask for a name. Awesome. So you got a confirmation. Awesome. Let me see if I can get a name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Violet.
Violet.
That's the streak also. Now I get it.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that I got here.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Who else is here? How much time do we have? Enough time. Actually, I'm going to see if, there were a few questions. I might see if I can answer them really quick. Can your spirit guides help you heal someone? That's like Danine's question. Yes, they can help you. That's called spiritual healing, and you do healing with their help. Basically, you let their energy flow through you, through your hands, and that's how you can heal them. So what you want to do is first make a connection with your guide, ask them to come close to you, and send their energy through you. That's how you do it. You can learn that in any spiritualist church. In any spiritualist church, there's also free healings that you can go and get this done, usually Sundays after the service. All right, then let me see. How, when you force answers, do you create a block? Is it from Young Lessons Learned also? I'm not entirely sure if I understand that question. Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand that question. And then Stephanie asked, how do you tell if your spirit guide is speaking to you or someone else? Possibly even someone not nice. Okay, so how you protect yourself from beings that are not your spirit guides, basically, is by setting the intention. And you set the intention by, for example, prayer, like I did in the beginning. I mentioned specifically that I only want to connect to people or beings that are from the higher realms, and only beings that are connected to me in unconditional love. And I also called on Archangel Michael and Brother Jaguar to protect this space, so only these kinds of beings can come in. Your intention is incredibly powerful. So if you set the intention that you create this space that is only for these kinds of beings, only these beings will come in. That's the easiest way. And then also when you do psychic protection, every day, every night before you go to bed, clear your energy. Doesn't matter how you do this. Again, it's about the intention. You can when you take a shower, visualize that white lights coming down and clearing you. You can take a salt bath. You can ask Archangel Michael to do it, or there's millions of ways. You can find them on the internet. Do that every night. That clears your energy in the morning before you leave the house or before you start working at home. Do a protection prayer, or have some kind of crystal with you that has protection properties, or imagine yourself sitting in a bubble of light that you project outwards. Again, there's millions of ways to do it, but if you do this every day, you basically set the intention every day that you are protected, that you only want to connect with people, beings that are connected to you in unconditional love, and at night you clean your energy. That's good enough. Then you know nothing bad can come in. All right, let me see, there was one more question. I would like to know if there are any messages from my spirit team I need to know. All right, well, you're next. Shani, I think. I'll invite you on screen. All right, let's see who else we have. We have Penny. I'll invite you on screen. All right, let's see. And Jessica. All right, let's see. If you can't connect because of technical issues, pay attention next time to my invite, my email, because then you will see that there's actually, it says important, please read. And there's a link that shows you exactly what kind of technical requirements you need to get on here. It's not complicated. You can do it from your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, your PC, your Mac, anything. But just check it to make sure that it's working. All right, so we'll go with Penny first. All right, Penny, didn't you get a reading from me once?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I've been trying for a while.
All right, awesome. Then welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see. And Janae, I hope I'm saying your name right. You're muted for now, and you're next, okay? All right, let's see. All right, Penny, I think this, there's an animal guide that wants to step forward. All right, so there's a dog, a female dog stepping forward. This one is, oh God, I don't know what breed this is, but she has like pretty long legs, is like pretty big, brown. Long ears, like long fluffy ears. And she's definitely like your guardian in the sense of like your protector, spirit guide. She says she's always with you, like all the time, even now. She says she's always sitting on your, let me see, left. Even when you go to the supermarket or whatever, or when you're sleeping, she's always to your left. She says she's been with you since you were really little, or even your entire life. I'm not sure, but I do see you like when you were 2, 3, and she's already with you. And she says when you were younger, like like I said, when you were 2 or 3, you could actually feel her presence, and you would talk to her. Do you well, you might not remember with 2 or 3, but do you did anyone tell you about this, that you would talk to like imaginary friends or something?
I was always told I had a very vivid imagination when I was young.
Oh, well, there you go. That's probably one of the reasons why. Because she says you definitely could, like, I don't know if you saw her, but you could definitely sense her, and you would, like, address her sometimes and talk to her and know that she was there. And she, That's cute. She would help you like learning to walk. So when kind of like when like you know how little toddlers like sometimes fall over, and she would basically help you to not fall over and keep your balance a little bit. And I kind of like see like your hand like on almost like on her, so you could walk. It's really cute. And I see you in a white little dress. Like a short one that just like goes over like your diapers. So let's see. All right, so what she wants to say is like, you are safe. She says you are safe, you are looked after, you have support, you are not alone, you don't have to worry. Yeah, and mostly you are safe. So I don't know why she's saying this, but does this make sense to you? Like in the sense, in the sense that there's, yeah. So it feels to me like there's a situation in your life right now that makes you feel a little unsafe. Like something is like you don't feel entirely grounded somehow, as if like you're a little up, something is up in the air and you're not sure. Would that make sense?
Yes, okay. Definitely.
Okay, so that's what she's talking about, and she says you are safe. It's going to be okay. She is the one who grounds you, and she's the one who will bring your feet back to the earth, so you feel like you will have control again. But she says at the same time, you need to learn a little bit, like most of us, to let go of control a little bit. She says you're used to like be in control of your life and about what's happening and like where you're going and all these kinds of things. And at the moment, it feels a little bit like things are happening and you can't control them. She says, don't worry about this. It's a great exercise for you to let go of control a little bit and trust that things will be okay, and trust that you have like a spirit team around you, and trust that the universe will take you into the right direction. She says that kind of like it's a little bit like the universe picked you up, and that's why you feel a little bit like, whoa, what's going on? And it's going to put you down in a different place where you actually need to be. So at the moment you're in the air. But it will all work out. You don't have to worry. So she says like kind of like enjoy the ride, and like go with it, go with the flow. And there's lots of things to experience during this time that you might miss if you worry too much. So yeah, go with the flow, trust that you are safe. And she says you can call her Diane, which is a weird name for a dog.
I was just going to ask you what her name was.
Yeah, she says Diane, or D for short.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's all she has to say right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope that supports you and it helps
Thank you. Yes.
And thank you for coming. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very
Enjoy
welcome.
your day.
You too. All right. And now we'll go with, and I'll let you tell me how to pronounce your name.
You said it correctly, Janae.
Janae. Awesome. All right. So where are you from, Janae?
New York City.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's see. All right, I don't see your guide yet, but I definitely know it's a male. And he was like, yeah, he says, I'm not the fluffy kind of spirit guide. I'm more like a toughie, and she needs it in New York City. So let me see if I can see you. Where are you? Right. You also have an angel with you, but this is a male angel, and this one is like more a tougher one. He is definitely your guardian angel, similar to the dog before, like always with you, protecting you. He says he works with Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is like the archangel for protection. So he's one of his team angels. He's showing me that he has like big muscles. He's wearing a t-shirt, like a gray t-shirt, and he looks like a everyday guy, but like with big muscles, and like he's bald. Really dark skin. He looks a bit Haitian, actually. He's wearing jeans, no socks, no shoes, and his wings are black. That does not mean that there's anything wrong with him, that he's a dark spirit or anything like this, but his wings are just black. And he says you're a tough cookie. Like you can look out for yourself. At least yes, you can look out for yourself, but he says that's something you know about yourself and you're kind of proud of. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
But he says he's still around you. And even though you're tough and you can look out for yourself, everyone needs like someone else who look out for them. And so that's what he does. He says his name is Dennis, with 2 N. And he's talking about like he wants you to sometimes let go of your armor. He says, yes, it's good to be able to be a bit tough, but he wants you to find your more sensitive side and let go of your armor from time to time, and find people that you can be more sensitive with. He says that on the inside, you're actually super sensitive, that you do have like psychic abilities in the sense that you sometimes like experience things, and you have in the past. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's the sensitivity that's like on the inside, and you have to be very sensitive to like experience these things because they're usually very subtle. And he says, if you want to develop that more and want to go more into that direction, it's important that you value your own sensitivity and let it out a little bit more. So he wants you to go and find people that have similar interests, that are sensitive like you, and that you can like be around and just be yourself without having to wear your armor. And he says you have this armor because of like your life, like things that have happened in your life. You haven't always had it easy, and you needed to like basically build this armor around you. But now it's time to realize that you can take it off and put it on again whenever you want. You don't always have to wear it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. He says he's your bouncer, basically. He says he is not gonna let any bad spirits in. And he says sometimes you're worried about that. Would you understand that?
Mhm.
Yeah, so he says he's basically what some people call the, and now I forget the term. There's a term in mediumship that they have a gatekeeper. Like he's your gatekeeper. Like he makes sure that your space, your aura, like your energy field is safe, that nothing can get in there that would want to harm you, that only beings can come in that, again, are from the higher realms and are connected to you in unconditional love. No one else. He also says, okay. All right, I get the feeling from him that there is someone specific, actually, that you don't want to come in to your space. Would that make sense to you? Someone who has passed?
Yes.
Yeah. He says he will keep this person out. He says, like, only if you want to communicate with this person, will he let that person through.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that. And when you do feel unsafe and you do feel that something is coming too close that makes you feel like, oh, I don't know, then you can call on him and he will keep it away. So you would, like I said, you have your personal bouncer. And like I said, he's like, so you're in safe hands, definitely. And he says, yeah, don't forget, you're sensitive on the inside. Don't let that go away. That's important because that's actually your strength. That's like one of like the abilities and skills that you brought into this life, your sensitivity. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Yeah, and he says, don't worry, you're safe. You're safe. And that's all I can go into for now. I hope that helps you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming. All right. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't get a chance this time, feel free to come back next time. It's probably going to be next week. And I'll also do a Q&A soon again, because I know you guys have lots of questions. But also, again, if you have questions, come and join Spirit Guide School. Go to spiritguideschool.com. That will redirect to the Facebook group. You can ask questions there. You'll not just get my answers, but other people's replies too. And you'll have like over 1,500 people who are all interested in spirit guides, and you can all learn from each other. So yeah, definitely come there. Let us know about your experiences, your questions, your stories. We're all interested in that. Then again, if you are interested in a one-on-one reading, there's like the green button below. It says book a reading. Click on it, and you will find all the info there. If this was the very, very first time you came to one of these readings, you'll also automatically get an email with a coupon code. So you can book your first session for a cheaper price. So look out for that as well. Now let me see if I forgot. I don't think so. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you next time or in Spirit Guide School, the Facebook group. Thanks for coming.